Hi, I'm Whitney Maddox. What would you do in the wake of a natural disaster? Would you gather up your most prized possessions? Would you grab family photos, jewelry, money, clothing, or family pets? What if you were told you had to leave right away and you could not take anything with you? In the realistic fiction book, Two Bobbies, a true story of Hurricane Katrina, friendship, and survival, a family is faced with that decision when forced to leave their home during Hurricane Katrina. The book that is written by Kirby, Larson, and Nethery has won many awards, including the Treasure State Award from my home state of Montana. It portrays a heartwarming story about a dog and a cat whose owner chained the dog to the front porch after they were evacuated during the hurricane. It is unclear how Bobby and Bobcat met. Maybe they were friends from the beginning. But some wonder if Bobcat came upon Bobby chained up to a porch and just stuck with him. On August 29, 2005, Hurricane Katrina struck New Orleans. Wind gusts reached 110 miles per hour. When the levees could no longer hold the water, they gave way and the water poured into the city. After the storm, volunteers came from all over the United States to help people in New Orleans. They brought food and water and even helped rescue the people and animals that were stranded. However, poor Bobby and Bobcat were overlooked. Without food or water, Bobby finally had to break free of her chain, and Bobcat followed her. The streets were littered with debris, and many homeless dogs were roaming the streets. Bobby and Bobcat knew they would have to fight for any scraps of food they might encounter. Finally, 4 months after the hurricane, Bobby and Bobcat approached a construction crew on a job site. The crews began feeding them, but after a week, their boss told them they could not have any more pets on site. One worker named Rich decided to take the dog and cat to a temporary shelter set up by Best Friends Animal Shelter. But Bobby would growl at the man and would not let him anywhere near Bobcat. Rich decided to bribe Bobby into the back of his van using food. Bobby jumped in and Bobcat followed him. Once they were at the shelter, Bobby and Bobcat were put in separate cages. They were miserable without each other, and Bobby howled all night long, wanting his best friend Bobcat. They were eventually brought back together and rubbed noses as soon as they saw each other. As the volunteers studied Bobcat and Bobby at the shelter, they discovered Bobcat did not react when they waved their hands in front of his face. Bobcat was blind and had been relying on Bobby the whole time to be his seeing eye dog. A month later, the temporary shelter was closing its doors. Poor Bobby and Bobcat had still not been adopted, but the shelter workers had one more thing they could try. The two Bobbies appeared on CNN for one last plea for adoption. Would Bobby and Bobcat find a loving home? Or would it be too much for the new family to take care of a dog and a blind cat? Would the two Bobbies even get to stay together?